quite a few birds. Sure, I can start that paragraph over. We're reading from page 105 in The Religion of Loving Faith. It is a really good book in human personality. Yeah, all we can do is hope and pray the proper authorities do what they're supposed to do to help those kids. We can't force people to acknowledge the facts, and a lot of them are still playing really stupid as though it's not happening. Yes, the gentleman we were just listening to on the other channel. As you can tell, some of these people within and out of the systems, military, private security teams, people who travel the world, do investigations, a lot of good people, whatever it is, they're heavily associated to the psychoactivists and the far-right goons in our communities here where some of the worst crimes are taking place with the child and animal pornography. So as you can see, those people speaking about those things are heavily funded by those activists, and the goons get money from the activists to get the bad people, right? Just the people who deserve it, the shoplifters, the cartel people, right? So some of them overstep their grounds sometimes, and they gaslight people if they're trying to do land grabs or teach someone a lesson, big mouth. Sometimes they just, they make a mistake, They definitely overstep their grounds. And that's fine, that happens. Now, we're concerned in the situations where you have sick fucking punks that kill innocent people and fuck their kids, and they make child and animal pornography, and then they use that also as leverage in other departments. Yeah, well, that might lead you to some of the down south areas, like the Catalina Mountains and, the Ghislaine Maxwell bullshit, Epstein Island. Right, and so the sick people in these communities that continue to want to act like it's not happening and play stupid, the private investigator tried telling him in 2009. Yeah, and what they did and how they ignored him and how they've been supporting the druggies and the sluts around here is disgusting and disturbing. And we could care less. We're concerned about our children in the hands of these punks, okay? All right. We're right here if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns about that, or suggestions as to how we can help our children without breaking the motherfucking law. You know that thing we call law and order? Yeah. The pyramids, baby. Come on, Mr. Rogan. I know, right? Jesus Christ. All right. Actually, I think we're going to start on page 102. The Bhagavatas. What's her name? Tulsi Gabbard. She does talk about the Bhagavata. Yeah, and over the years, we pointed that out. And she did an interview on Jocko years back. Yeah, Jocko's a great guy. He's in our military. He buys geese from here in Maine. I think he comes to Maine every once in a while and does different events. Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, she talks about that. She was on his show back years ago. Yeah, she had her little baseball cap on, talking about her friends in the Ukraine. And yeah, interesting. Hopefully people are waking the fuck up and they do what they can to help these kids. All right. The Bhagavata, section 2, in the book Human Personality, chapter Religion of Loving Faith. The part that here concerns us most in the just mentioned Bhagavata Gita, which from being the gospel of the Bhagavatas has ended by becoming that of all India. So, some can say Bible, so this was the Bhagavad Gita being the gospel of the Bhagavatas, the Americans, the Indians, the Chinese people, the Diamond Sutra, the Bible, the encyclopedia, a book of teaching, learning, documentation. Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do, so we can learn from our mistakes. Why do we know cleanliness is next to godliness? These aren't that hard of things to figure out, and the fact that people continue to play fucking stupid and play these games throughout our mainstream news and state departments is fucking disgusting. And you know it, and they know it, and a lot of good people also know it. And they're wondering when you fucking folks are going to wake the fuck up and acknowledge the facts here with our children. Anyways. All right, which being from the gospel of the Bhagavatas has ended by becoming that of all India. Who were these Bhagavatas, worshippers of the adorable Lord? Their coming into prominence coincides with the era of the greatest Persian influence in India, say between 500 and 2000 BC. Between 500 and 200 BC. There were at first a number of synonyms for the term, showing that their emergence is not due to a single event, but to a continued infiltration of both ideas and men from the great neighboring empire, the state religion of which was Zoroastrianism. Yeah, that word. Zoroastrianism. Cool word, crossword. Look that up. Z-O-R-O, Zorro, Zoroastrianism, 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 Zoroastrianism. There we go. All these synonyms point in this one direction. If Zoroastrianism thus accounts satisfactorily for the monotheistic element and Bhagavatism, it does nothing to explain the element of Bhakti, which is so characteristic of it. For an explanation and derivation of this, we must clearly turn to Buddhism, which during exactly the same period, 500 to 200 BC, grew both extensively in importance and intensively in its loving devotion to the Tathagata, who had become man in order to save man. Such bhakti, example, such devotion and gratitude to a person could never have been produced by Zoroastrianism, nor by its inspiration, the Mosaic dispensation, on the one hand, nor by the eroticism of Madhavi worship on the other. What was needed to generate bhakti was the feeling of utter dependence on and gratitude to a person to whom one owns one's highest good. To whom one owes one's highest good. One owes one's. To whom one owes one's highest good. Example, salvation. And such love his adherents clearly bore to the Tathagata. If Brahmanism turned a human being into the Absolute, the love of his disciples turned a teacher into the Savior, a development powerfully assisted by Zoroastrian monotheism and its expectation of the Saoshyant. Another word you can look up, Saoshyant, Saoshyant. But the principle, because of the subsequent Hindu bhakti religions, is clearly the Buddha, who thus gave the emergence in history of human personality such an amazingly novel turn. I know, imagine that, discovering emotions, right? What makes it cry? And then realizing you can cry from laughter, sadness, pain. And where do these tears come from? What makes it sweat? Right? Sometimes you could just be sitting there, your palms start to get sweaty, heart, you haven't even moved, your heartbeat's changing. What's going on? Thoughts are racing, calming. I know, right? It's incredible when you really think about that and how fun and neat it is to learn about these things and how that's been kind of kept out of our public school systems, and so many people that are more well-to-do have been able to profit from them keeping it out of our public schools, because you do realize we have 100,000 public schools in America. 100,000. That's a lot of public schools, isn't it, in our country? Yeah, that's at least a few thousand per state, huh? Yeah, it probably fluctuates depending on the size of the state and population. Some areas are more swampy than others, Right. And then depending on personal donations and things like that, access to programming. So they keep these things out of the public systems. And then that's why you go back in the 80s and 90s. Do you remember all this? Unsolved mysteries, mental institutions shutting down. You had these cults forming, Jesus juice drinking people. The possessions and exorcisms were weaning out, and in came more ghost and alien stories. Did you lose some time, or are you just fucked in the head? Did you just honestly, sometimes you just blank out for a little bit, almost like you were hypnotized? Right, so they stopped actually in 2012, when a lot of people were trying to bring this to light. They stopped selling chloroform on the internet in 2012. You could buy chloroform on the internet up until about 2012 there, Ace. You got any more of that bazooka? Right, so anyways, they stopped selling that on the internet because the abuse was getting really bad. So these kids and adults, they can put out right in their sleep. You just put a cloth over their face, boom. Give it a few tests, right? And then they can videotape a lot of things, people being abused, making it look like, right? Just put them on top there, right? So they do these things all the time. This is well known for a while, actually. Now, when you have some of these children over the years, and again, you can go back to that same time period with the unsolved mystery stuff and people losing time, and some of these children saying, hey, I don't think that was a dream. They have these nightmares, flashing, abuse, but people wear masks and robes, right? When they do these punks know, to wear, and they scare these kids so bad, and they get off on scaring these kids. It's pretty bad. Yeah, and just keep in mind, these punks have custody of my children, and they tried to kill me.
Mary?
Right. Someone heard me. Okay, sorry. Right, so just keep in mind, those are facts, and someone just heard me say they tried to kill me.
Yeah, Mary.
And they, Mary enough.
Keep it up.
Keep it up.
And I'll be making a call.
Okay, so just so everyone can hear. So I won't mention that again, and as we all know, those are facts. We go back to 2012 when the little boy got beaten up in the tub and the dog's leg blew up and I lost use of an arm.
That you did yourself.
What did I do myself?
You witnessed it and you did it and you defended it.
I witnessed it, I did it, and I defended it.
So I don't want to hear any more about it.
Okay.
You need to stop. Robbie gets home. You upset the boys, and I told you keep this up, and they will come and get you.
Okay, so just everyone just hear that.
Yes, I know they did.
So how did I beat up the little boy in the tub?
I know.
No, I mean, it's really weird for you to say that.
The only abuse that happened was the way you abused your kids.
So why did he lose custody of his son? He beat him up in the tub.
Because he had a psychotic ex-girlfriend and a psychotic ex-girlfriend's wife.
A psychotic ex-girlfriend's wife and a psychotic ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend's mother and her mother's wife, whatever they are.
So that's why they took custody of his little boy?
Yeah, he didn't have a chance.
He didn't have a chance, okay? So this man that beat up that little boy in the tub.
This man, and you abandoned your kids. So whoever you're talking
And I
to,
abandoned my kids. 2017, when I tried to get my daughter to a doctor, we all know that story.
Oh my God.
And they called the ghost hunter.
Enough.
Okay.
They called the ghost hunters.
Yes, you did. It's on YouTube.
Yes, we had an event here with the ghost hunters.
Yeah. Good thing I got that.
We rent out rooms for events.
Yeah.
I worked my
Right.
ass off.
It's amazing how we go from talking about a little boy who got beat up in the tub
It's
to this.
amazing
Right?
how you forget what you did.
What did I do?
I don't even want to get into it.
See, this is exactly what we're talking. There's
I
nothing.
don't know who you're talking to.
What did I do?
Even if there's somebody there.
You see
but
how
you need to
insane this
know
is.
She is mentally ill and she's not on her meds.
I'm mentally ill and not on my meds. So anyone who knows me
And we
knows
take
how
care of her,
ridiculous that
and we
is.
take care of you because you're our daughter and we love you.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to that bullshit.
So for everyone to know, for the last few decades, the only time I took any medication was in 2022
Oh my God, here we go.
when we did the Northern Lights mental institution visit, and a lot of that's been getting exposed as well, right, Kash
And the
Patel?
only and you were supposed to promise to take them. That's why we took you back. So you wouldn't be homeless.
So for 20 and over decades, my whole life pretty
And you
much,
begged to come back and you promised to take your meds.
and I
you
promised to take the meds. So, okay, so For a 3-month period, they had me take meds in a mental institution in 2022 because of them ignoring this abuse.
Oh
And
my God.
when I bring it up, they act like this. Does anyone know how we can help them acknowledge the abuse here? Has everyone just heard?
Because there isn't any.
They said they denied the abuse, that he beat up the little boy in the tub and said, I did it. That's how sick these people are.
You're talking about your mother and father, and we're taking care of you. We can easily put you out. That's what you want, keep it up.
So I hope everyone just heard that.
I hope
So
they-
you know what we've been dealing with. This is what we've been dealing with for years.
No, this is what I've been dealing with
And
for years.
the private investigator in
There's
2009,
no private investigator.
Chris in 2009 was trying to tell you guys,
No,
and you ignored him.
no. You got that all wrong.
I do?
You don't know what you're talking about. And go to your room before Robbie gets home. All you do is
Chris didn't
upset
try
the
to
boys.
tell you guys in 2009
Tell us what?
about the Mayan trafficking line, and you guys made fun of him that it was Mayan curses.
No, you got it all wrong.
Yeah.
Go in your room, and if you wanna talk to those people, if
What
you
do I
are
have
talking
wrong?
to people, if you are talking to them,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't tell that there's something mentally ill with you, mentally wrong, if you can see me, I'm her mother, I love her. To keep her from being homeless, we put up with her. But sometimes the lies and the fabrications get a little bit too much to handle. So I suggest you go in your room before Robbie gets home. All you do is upset him. And if it continues, we will have you removed.
All right. But why did Chris mention the drug trafficking line in 2009?
Why did he mention what?
The drug trafficking Mayan line, the Mayan trafficking line.
Lion trial.
Associated to the drug trafficking, associated to Timmy and our family.
Timmy was a drug dealer. That was no
Right.
secret.
Right, and he
It
was
has
just
nothing
bringing
to
up-
do with Mayans.
No, the Mayan trafficking line. It's a trafficking line they use, and there was some targeting being
No,
done.
he used to talk about the Mayan religion. That's what he talked about.
Okay. Did everyone hear that?
I hope everyone
He did.
knows this.
He liked to talk about the history with the
Of the
time
Mayans.
measurement.
Of
Yeah.
the Mayans,
Yeah,
yes.
he thought that was
He firmly believed in aliens
Yes,
and Mayans.
yeah.
So that's what
I'm
he
not
was
trying to
talking about.
upset you, Mom.
Well, you are. Enough. And go in your room before Robbie gets home.
All
All
right.
you do is
But
upset him.
the Mayan trafficking line is associated to the drug
I
trafficking.
don't care about drug traffickers. They can all rot in hell as far as I'm concerned.
Right, well, a lot of people are concerned about it, and then the investigations they open associated to those trafficking lines have put a lot of us in danger, including our children, in the hands.
Including you. You were doing
Yes.
drugs with Bob too, so don't even go there.
When?
That's all you and Bob did.
No, I was put on the programs in the year 2000, actually.
Yeah. Well, Bob did it then and you helped him.
Okay, no, not at all.
Okay.
He did Vicodin
Oh my
and
God.
oxycodone that was prescribed to other people, including his mother, and then he got put on the methadone in the
I don't
methadone
care.
clinic.
I don't care.
And they put his dose up so much and then spooked him in 2009 after Chris shot himself and he ran away spooked when Dad yelled at him.
No, he ran away because he couldn't take the bullshit anymore.
I know,
Handle the
you're right.
boys.
Right.
He couldn't handle you anymore. That's why he ran away.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I have no idea. Someone said he tried to write me letters and you threw him away, so.
He never wrote you letters. He wrote me letters.
Oh. What'd they say?
I threw them away. They were to me.
Well, stop. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring any of that stuff up.
No.
I didn't mean to upset anyone. I hope everyone just heard all of that. Anyone listening, any proper authorities need to step in and help these kids. That is psychotic. Everything that was just said as far as the ignorance of the child abuse and what's being ignored here. That is psychotic, and trying to tell me that I did it and they're going to make a call and put me on medication, how easily they can put me on the street. That's being serious. I know, you'd almost think they're fucking joking with the stuff people are talking about. You'd almost think that can't be real. These people can't be fucking serious, but they are. All right, much love, everybody. I'm going to stop this video so it uploads because I'm doing video, not live, so. All right, thank you. I hope so.